Hey, how's it going, guys? Blue Tempest here, and welcome to my manga haul for August 2022. This was a pretty stacked month for me when it comes to buying manga, so we do have a lot of series to get through in today's video, and I'm really excited to show you guys everything that I picked up. But before we get into that, I do want to say if you enjoy this video, then make sure to leave a like and also to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell, that way you can get notified every time I upload a brand new video, and follow me on my social media accounts, which are going to be listed down in the description. So with all of that out of the way, let's get into this manga haul, shall we? So to start off, I do want to start with my Viz Media pickups, which is going to be the bulk of this entire haul. I got a lot of stuff from Viz Media, so yeah, let's just get into it. I'm going to go ahead and start with some Shonen Jump pickups. So here we have Sakamoto Days Volume 3. I actually recently started reading this series and I am absolutely loving it so far, so I am glad to have Volume 3 already. And yeah, this series is just a really fun one in Shonen Jump right now. And then next up we have Kaguya-sama Volume 23. Now this is one of my favorite rom-com series with the anime. I actually have not read the manga, but because the manga is going to be ending pretty soon, I'm just gonna accumulate these volumes and then binge the entire thing once we have all of the volumes in English. So yeah, there's that. And then next up we have a pretty interesting pickup, and that is gonna be Bleach Volume 1. Now this is the 20th anniversary exclusive variant of Bleach, and while I have never read Bleach, I've never watched the anime, I mean, it seems pretty cool. I've heard some mixed things, but I am planning to get into Bleach eventually, but I'm not planning on collecting the singles or anything like that. I pretty much just picked this up because I know that I want to get into Bleach soon, and if I end up enjoying Bleach, then I know that I will appreciate the fact that I picked this volume up. Now, you know, let's say I don't enjoy Bleach, well, I could just, you know, sell this volume or something, but I think I'm gonna really enjoy Bleach, just from what I've heard about it. So yeah, I'm pretty glad to have picked up this pretty cool special edition manga. And then moving away from the Shonen Jump stuff, we have some Viz Signature series, starting with Beastars Volume 19. This one, similar to Kaguya-sama, I read the first 3 volumes, absolutely loved it. A few months ago, I did buy all of the volumes of Beastars, and now, because we're so close to getting the final volume in English, I'm just gonna wait to binge it all. But yes, Beastars, very good series. And then another series that I'm waiting to get all the volumes for, just so I can binge, is Dead Demons Destruction. Now this is a series by Inio Asano, who is the mangaka for one of my favorite manga of all time, Goodnight Pun. So based on the amazing reception that this series has been getting, I am pretty sure I'm going to absolutely love Dead Demons. So yeah, glad to have picked this one up. We only have one more volume till this series is completed in English. All right, so next up we have Rooster Fighter Volume 1. Now this is a brand new series that just dropped, and it's about a rooster who fights giant monsters. I mean, the premise is absolutely insane, and this was a pretty fun first volume. I definitely need to read some more of this to decide whether I want to keep collecting it, but yeah, I'm definitely planning to get Volume 2, because, you know, for the most part, I did enjoy this read. I thought it was pretty funny, and the artwork kind of goes off at times. So yeah, if this sounds interesting to you, I would definitely recommend giving it a shot. And then next up here we have the final volume of Full Metal Alchemist in the Full Metal editions. I'm just very glad to have this entire series collected in these beautiful hardcovers. Now, I did watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, the anime, years ago. Now it's to the point where I honestly don't really remember anything that happens, except for, you know, some of the bigger plot points, but for the most part, my memory is super hazy on this series. At one point, I did actually consider this one of my favorite anime of all time, but now I genuinely don't remember anything. So now I'm glad that I can binge this entire series again, but in the manga. So yes, I'm very happy about that. All right, so moving on, we have an entire series right here. Now, this was one that I have wanted for quite a while, and when it went on sale on the Right Stuff summer sale, I just couldn't resist myself. I just had to pick this series up in its entirety, and that series is going to be 20th Century Boys. Now, many of you guys probably already have heard of the series as it is very critically acclaimed, and this is also by Naoki Urasawa, the mangaka for other series such as Monster and Pluto. I have recently started reading Monster and I have been absolutely loving it. I can already tell that Urasawa is going to be one of my favorite mangaka, so I'm glad that I picked up this entire series of 20th Century Boys for an amazing price. And yeah, I just kind of figured I had to pull the trigger and pick the series up while it was at that price and all fully in stock, because I know that this, just like Monster and all of Urasawa's series, always goes in and out of stock. And when it does go out of stock, it's usually for months at a time. And yeah, I'm just really glad that I picked this series up. So let me go ahead and show you guys all of the covers. As you guys can see, here is Volume 1, and then here is Volume 2. Now, if I didn't mention this already, these are the perfect editions, I believe that's what they're called, and these are 2-in-1s. I know some people prefer the singles, but those are just really hard to find, and honestly, I don't mind these at all. They kind of fit together with my set of Monster, which is back there. But yeah, like I said, this is Volume 2 right here. Here we have Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7, Volume 8 with probably my favorite cover, Volume 9, Volume 10, and Volume 11. And then to round out that series, we do have 21st Century Boys, which I believe is the like sequel series or kind of like an epilogue type of thing. But yes, I also did pick up 21st Century Boys in this really nice omnibus as well. And with that, that almost completes my Viz Media pickups, but we have one more series to talk about that is also released by Viz Media, and this one I got for an amazing steal. My friend actually found these at his local half-price books, which I don't have a half-price books anywhere near me where I live, so I am very envious of people who find these crazy deals in the wild. But he did manage to find the first 7 volumes of a series that I've been really interested in for quite a while, and this is a classic shonen series in the VizBig, and that is going to be Inuyasha. Now, as you can see here, these are the VizBig editions for Inuyasha, and these are in great condition. You know, there's some minor, you know, shelf wear here and there. And yeah, Inuyasha, it is a classic. It's a series I've always wanted to get into, and also the mangaka Rumiko Takahashi has been getting a lot of praise from my fellow manga tubers such as Prof Otaku and HVL Manga. I really do trust their opinions when it comes to manga, so I think it's also time for me to finally get into a Rumiko Takahashi series. And just knowing my taste in manga, I think I'm gonna definitely enjoy her works. So I'm glad that I was able to find Inuyasha for such a great price. Now, this isn't the entire series because this series is really long, but yeah, we have the first 7 VizBigs out of like 18 or something like that, which is absolutely ridiculous. But you know, I think these 7 will do the job for now. I'll be able to read it, see if I like it, and then kind of decide whether or not to pick up some more in the future. But yeah, I'm just kind of showing off the covers here. Those were the first 4 volumes, and here we have Volume 5, and then Volume 6 and 7 of Inuyasha in the VizBigs. So yes, very happy about this pickup. And that does it for all of my Viz Media pickups. Now, the other manga publisher that actually I got a lot of pickups from this month, for whatever reason, is 7 Seas. So next up, I will show off my 7 Seas haul, which is also pretty substantial, starting with Volume 4 of Dai Dark by Q Hayashida, same mangaka as Dorohedoro. Now that is one of my favorite series, and I have enjoyed what I've read of Dai Dark so far, so I'm glad to get the 4th volume. And then next up we have World and Salt, which is a series from the same creator of Spirit Circle and Lucifer in the Biscuit Hammer. I absolutely loved Spirit Circle, so I decided to give this series a shot, and I really did enjoy this first volume, so I'm looking forward to continuing this series. And then we have volumes 2 and 3 of Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. Now, This is a series I read the first volume of a couple months ago. I did actually really enjoy it, so I figured I would give it a 3-volume rule to decide whether or not I want to continue collecting it. This is a very ecchi harem romance series. It's honestly probably not that good, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And then next up here we have Yokohama Kaidaishi Kiko. I hope I said that correctly, but this is a classic manga series that has been printed in English for the first time ever by 7 Seas, and this edition is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you guys can see the detailing right here on the lettering and just the spine, and the whole aesthetic of this volume is absolutely incredible. We do have a bunch of, you know, colored pages and stuff like that as well. And while I haven't gotten into the series, I think I will really enjoy it. And I've heard nothing but just absolute praise for this manga series. And yeah, just very excited to get into this. But moving on, another series that just looks absolutely beautiful and I've heard nothing but praise about is gonna be The Girl from the Other Side. Now, I did pick this up in this just absolutely beautiful, like, deluxe leather hardcover edition. This is just probably one of the best editions of manga that I have ever seen, that I own in my collection. I mean, we got colored pages as well, amazing paper quality. This is just an absolutely amazing manga volume, and I'm really glad that I can finally get into the series, as I've been interested in it for a while, but I knew that these deluxes were coming, so I kind of held off on getting the singles. And yeah, 7 Seas honestly has been kind of killing it lately, so yeah, I'm really glad to have picked this one up. All right, and so I got another hardcover from 7 Seas, and that is gonna be Devilman Volume 2 of the classic collection. Now, this completes my set of Devilman, as it is only a 2-volume series in these hardcovers, and I'm really excited to finally get into the series. This is a classic manga series, I believe from like the 70s or 80s, and this is one that inspired Berserk and a ton of other series as well, so I'm looking forward to getting into it. And then the last series I picked up from 7 Seas is To Love Ru. Now, I picked this volume up on a whim at Barnes & Noble because, you know, I had heard some good things about it. This is a series that I never really see in stores, so I said, you know what, let me pick it up and try it out. If I don't like it, I'll return it. And I read this, and I honestly really enjoyed what I read of this. This is a ecchi harem rom-com type of thing. Sometimes I need a little bit of a brainless series like this from time to time, so I am glad that I picked it up. I did talk a little bit more about it in a video I did recently where I talked about a bunch of manga that I have read recently, so you should definitely check that out if you haven't watched it. But because I read this volume and enjoyed it, I decided to pick up some more volumes of To Love Ru. As you can see here, we have all the way up to 13, 14, I believe that is like 7 of these omnibuses of To Love Ru. I just kind of went ham with picking this up because they were all on Right Stuff for the most part, and I had a coupon on Right Stuff. So a lot of the stuff in this haul is from Right Stuff, and I got them all for really good prices. So yeah, I'm really excited to actually binge this series of To Love Ru. I think I'm gonna have a really fun time with it, and from my understanding, I think I only need 2 more of these volumes to actually have a complete set of the series, so I'll probably get those pretty soon as well, just so I can have the complete set. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this series. Some people actually do consider it a classic rom-com series that was in Shonen Jump, so yeah, let me know if you guys have read or watched the anime for To Love Ru down in the comments. All right, so we're almost to the end of the haul here. We just have a couple more pickups. Now, these are gonna be from other publishers. All of these publishers I really did not get that many manga from. So starting with Kodansha/Vertical, we do have some Oshimi pickups. So right here, as you can see, we have 3 volumes from Shuzo Oshimi, which is honestly really awesome. I'm really glad that I am able to pick up 3 volumes from my favorite mangaka in 1 month. But as you can see here, we have Blood on the Tracks, Volume 10, probably one of my favorite ongoing series in general. And then we have Welcome Back Alice, which is also starting to become one of my favorite ongoing series as well. With this volume 3, I am definitely really enjoying the series a lot more. And then we have Devil Ecstasy volume 2, which is the final volume of this series. So only 2 of these omnibuses for this complete set. And this is probably Oshimi's weirdest series of all time. I'm a little biased. I still enjoyed the series for what it was, but this is definitely not something that I could recommend to a lot of people, as it is very weird, very sexual. Definitely look into this before buying it, as there are a lot of trigger warnings, but I am still glad to add it to my Oshimi collection. And then I only have one more volume from Kodansha, and that's gonna be Bomba by Osamu Tezuka. Now, this is one of the most unique physical releases of manga that I have seen yet. Now, I don't know if you guys can notice this, but the pages are kind of like rough cut, which is really interesting and really unique for like a manga release. And then we do have, you know, some French flaps and stuff like that as well. This is just a really nice quality little one-shot here from Osamu Tezuka. I haven't read this yet, but I am planning to read it very soon. And yeah, from what I've heard, this is another really good one-shot from Tezuka, and I'm really glad to add it to my Tezuka shelf. And next up, we have one volume of manga from Square Enix. That is going to be My Dress Up Darling Volume 6, I believe. Yes. Now, this is a rom-com series, probably one of my favorite rom-com series. You guys have probably heard all about this because of the anime, and just the popularity of this series has absolutely exploded. So I'm really glad that we're getting these volumes a lot quicker, because I know that the last volume took like a year to come out. So I'm glad to see that this one came out very soon after. And yeah, really glad to continue collecting My Dress Up Darling. And then I only picked up one volume from Yen Press, and that's going to be Kowloon Generic Romance. Now, this is a brand new series that came out with this volume 1, and this was one of the best volume 1s that I have read in a while, at least for me. I really loved this series. It is very cinematic, and I just absolutely love the artwork here. I love the premise. I love just the whole vibe of this series. It is a very nostalgic vibe, and they talk about that in this manga. And the setting that the story takes place in is very fresh and unique. I really loved this first volume. It also ends on a cliffhanger, so I cannot wait for volume 2 to come out. And all right, to end off this haul, we only have one more volume to talk about, and that is gonna be Berserk Deluxe Edition Volume 11. Now, this is my only Dark Horse pickup of the month, and yeah, just really glad to have some more Berserk. I still have not caught up to where this volume is at, but from what I've read of Berserk, it is a legendary series. You guys probably already know all about this, and I'm just really glad to continue collecting Berserk in these absolutely stunning deluxe editions. But with that, guys, that does it for this manga haul. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought of all of my pickups, and also make sure to let me know what you picked up this past month. I have a lot of reading to get done, so I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.